Hi, I'm HK Verma. While at Microsoft, customer issues will take hours and days to resolve. This was mainly because it would be waiting for expert engineers to come and have a look at it and provide debug information. LitenAI automates this process by ingesting all the customer knowledge and data into a single lake and use an agentic flow to answer high-level questions. This can reduce the resolution time from hours and days to minutes and seconds. So in this video, I will talk about my product a bit and then show two demos. In the first demo, I will show how LitenAI helps resolve tickets faster. And in the second demo, I will show how a technician can perform preventive maintenance on medical devices. LitenAI Smart Data Lake can ingest all customer data, including manuals, any kind of standard operating procedures, and various other things, as well as any structured data logs. It can connect with external data as well. The data lake can scale to petabyte scale, so it can hold all amounts of data. User can ask any high-level questions using natural language prompts from the tool of his or her choice. LitenAI Master Agent takes these prompts in the context and orchestrates a bunch of customized agents to perform these tasks. These agents are plotting agents or action agents, reasoning, planning, and users can add their own agents as well. So using this tool, we can perform any kind of ticket resolutions and debug and various other things. So this is our GUI tool, and you can see there is a lake view here, and each lake can contain its own specific information, and there's a lake agent which can be used to ingest data and upload data and stuff like that. So I'll be working on preloaded log data to start with. So one of the first things we may want to do is look at the tickets which are open today to be resolved. So you can essentially ask that show me the open tickets, and here it shows, and you can see there is a critical ticket with latency in there. So the support engineer can actually ask that, hey, give me the engineers who can solve this problem, and this particular table is shown, and then the support engineer can go and ask the engineer who can help with it. They can also go and ask a high-level question that how can I actually debug this high-level latency, and once this question is asked, LitenAI Master Agent goes ahead and consults its manuals and provides steps to debug. It generated a SQL query that we can go ahead and execute it, and this provides the data on which we'll be performing the analysis. So on this data, while it is generating, I can ask our agent to perform causes of high latency. So behind this, there is a data agent which actually can execute on large amount of big data, and it has executed and we got the result out. I'm going to ask for what are the causes for high latency. So our tool looks at this data, then it also looks at the knowledge and then uses LLMs to get the possible causes of high latency. So these are not generic answers. These answers are actually grounded in the customer knowledge base. Sometimes, because the number of tokens are very large, it takes some time to answer. So you can see that the top level is error status code. So we can go and ask it to go ahead and focus on the status codes. So we can go and look into the status code, and it has say, okay, it will only look at these status codes, right? So I can go ahead and execute this SQL. So now we got the data with all the points where status code is an error. You may want to look at the data, so you can plot the data, and this will show the data inline, and you can have a look at it. You can also actually serve the plot into a different tab if you want to look at the data with a better view. So this will go ahead and serve it on a different tab where we can go and look at it. So you can see that this is an explorer, and we can get different kinds of mapping possible. So you can group by the service, and we can look at payload and how the payload is being affected with latency, and so it can be viewed and customer can look at it, right? So I can go ahead and just ask it now to say that, hey, I see status code in error, but let's try to look at one particular status code and tell me one status code which is causing the problem. So you can go ahead and it will tell us the status code that is causing the problem, and you can say please provide a resolution. So the tool will go ahead and again consult all the customer manuals and provide a resolution for this status code that it will give here, right? So it says 500 status code is the issue, and so you can say okay, provide 500 status code. The point to remember is that this one is not a generic answer from the LLM code. Actually it is integrating the data, the logs, as well as any customer data that has been ingested, and the agents are also customized to give an answer that is more relevant. So let's now clear the history and look at the next lake. So I can go ahead and change my lake, and in this particular lake I have ingested Baxter manual pump, ultrasound pumps, and various kinds of medical devices that medical technicians use. So this already contains that information, and and also I cleaned the context, so all the previous information I don't need to have. So I can go ahead and ask about something generic, which will be like, tell me the details of all the tests that can be done on Sigma Spectrum fusion pump, right? So it looks at the manual, it provides a picture and tells me the tests that can be done. Now you can say that okay, look at the service record table and show me the PM needed for this pump. So it tells where all PM is needed. We can go ahead and ask for the steps of the pump operation tests which are needed for this, and it would go ahead and look at the Baxter manual pump, and it says okay, all these tests needs to get done, right? You can pick a particular test and then ask for the exact steps needed to complete this test, right? So you can do that, and it should essentially, for this pump operation test, it should provide you the steps which are needed, right? And then finally, once you are done, you can also go ahead and ask it to generate a report. So it can go ahead and generate a report that it gets from the manual, and somebody can take it, print it out, and then generate the report. So as you can see, we have a tool that works, and we are working with a few customers who would like to host it on Azure, so you can provide the service to customers. Thank you.